What up, donkeys? Jack Hayes here with jackhayes.com, and today I'm going to show you how to play Chinese poker. It is one of the best games for gambling I've ever played in my entire life. Hopefully you will enjoy it too. If you've ever played Pai Gow, it's kind of like Pai Gow, but with 13 cards instead of 7, and you make 3 poker hands instead of 2. It's not like regular poker. There's no bluffing, there's no raising, there's no ante or blinds or anything like that. You just play for points and settle up at the end of the night with your friends. So you might play this for a quarter a point, $1 a point. For a very long time, I was playing for €5 per point when I was living in Europe. It's up to you what you want the stakes to be. Typically, if you play for an entire night, someone might be up or down 100 or 200 points. So maybe base your decisions on that. I currently have $3.24 billion on this app here. This is a Chinese poker app, but let's go ahead and start playing. We are gonna start in the 4-player room. I'm playing for $5 million a point. It's ridiculous. I think I started this app with $100,000 and I've been playing this quite a bit for the last couple of weeks, and I am up to $3.2 billion. So let's go ahead and play. So you get 13 cards and you make 3 poker hands. A 5-card hand, a 5-card hand, and a 3-card hand in front. The back hand, the 5-card hand on the bottom, has to be better than the middle hand, which is also a 5-card hand, which must be better than the 3-card hand. There are no straights and no flushes. There are some special hands. There are some bonus points that you can score based on where you play certain hands. And let's just get right to it. This hand, I'm sorting by suit. You can see I have a club flush. I also have a straight to 7, I have trip jacks. If I play a full house, jacks full of 5s or 7s, I'm gonna break up that straight. I'm probably gonna play a full house, pair, and ace up front. That seems to be the best option. Jacks full in back are a good favorite to win all 3 opponents. 7s in the middle are probably gonna lose. Ace up front is probably gonna lose, but for all the hands that don't have pairs, Ace King, Ace Queen is pretty good. Let's hope for the best. Here we go. And this is scored differently than I'm used to. My jacks full win, my 7s win, and my ace wins. I scoop seat 1. So you get 1 point for every hand that you win, and you double your win when you scoop, when you win all 3 hands. I lose to player 2, and I win player 3. I beat player 3 for 1 point, which got doubled because apparently there was a bonus that was given by the app itself. That doesn't happen in real life if you play this game. But we are just going to continue. I'm going to add some overlays. Hopefully that'll help you understand which hands win, which hands lose, but let's just go ahead and keep playing. We have, looks like 3 pair here. We have no straights. So this is a very awful hand. The way this game is played is if you get scooped, if you lose all 3 hands to an opponent, you're gonna lose 6 points. And so you want to avoid that really at all costs. So in this case, I'm gonna play my highest pair in back, my middle pair in the middle, and my lowest pair in front. I'm trying to block that scoop because the difference between winning and losing is only 2 points. So if you win 2 out of 3, you're gonna win 1 point. If you win 3 out of 3, you're gonna win 6 points. If you lose 2 out of 3, you're gonna lose 1 point. If you lose 3 out of 3, you're gonna lose 6 points. So the delta between winning and losing is only 2 points, but the delta between losing and getting scooped is 5 points. So it's more important that you don't lose all 3 hands, and it's more important to go for the jugular and try to scoop if you have a good hand. So here's the situation where I have no straights, no flushes, and only 3 pair. Here I'm trying to block that scoop by making my 3-card hand as strong as possible. Here I'm going to play my pair of 8s. Hope that fends off at least 2 scoops. We'll see what happens. Pair 9s. So the pair 9s beats me and that hand scoops me. I'm going to lose 6 points there. I prevent the scoop on seat 2 and I prevent the scoop on seat 3, and I actually beat seat 3. I actually scooped seat 3. So the 2 scoops are going to cancel each other out, and I'm going to lose to seat 2. I'm going to be down 1 point. But seat 1, Lauren Taylor in this hand, in that case, Also won all 9 hands against all 3 opponents. So that's called a home run. And all the points that she won got doubled. So she scooped everyone. That's 6 points per player. And then you double that. So she won 12 points from each player. So that's a total of 36 points. And in this case, that's $180 million. So that's called a home run. It's pretty unusual, but it's one of the greatest things you can get in this game, a home run. That's when you beat all 3 opponents. So let's continue. That's only our second hand. So here we have a flush of clubs and a flush of diamonds. I'm going to sort by suits, and you can see that here. And we have queens left over. So this is actually an excellent hand. We do have 3 pair. It's really irrelevant. We are going to go with the flushes. In the back, we have a king high flush, which is decent, not great. Jack flush in the middle is very good. It is probably going to dominate the 3 opponents. And pair of queens up front, that is excellent. That is probably going to dominate as well. I predict we are going to dominate in the front. I predict we are going to dominate in the middle. And I think we're probably going to win 1 hand, maybe 2 in the back. Let's see what happens. So my queens are dominant. My flush is dominant. And my king high flush only beats 1 person. So I scoop player 1. And I'm going to win-win. That's going to be a total of 8 points. My king high loses to the ace high flush. My king high flush loses to the tens full. And as I said, I won 8 points. So easy game, fun game. I've been playing Chinese poker for over 30 years, since about 1989 or 1990. I've played it with a different set of rules. I only played what is called a 2-4 scoring system. This is a 1-6 scoring system. So the 2-4, you win 2 points if you win 2 hands. You win 4 points if you win 3. Let's look at this hand. I have a flush with 6 spades. I have 3 pair. So we can play a flush and just break up 1 pair, which is probably what we're going to do. And then we have kings and aces left over, and we're going to float those kings to the front. So let's play our lowest spades, and then we're going to play aces in the middle, kings up front. Kings should be dominant. They are. Aces get dominated, which is what we probably would have predicted. But our flush scoops in the back. Our flush is dominant in the back, so we're going to win 2 out of 3 on all 3 hands. That's a total of 3 points. Pretty good outcome. I was hoping for a little bit better, maybe 1 scoop, but wasn't in the cards. Get it? Let's play another hand. Looks like we have 4 pairs and a straight. I don't think we have any flushes. That's correct. So we are going to play the straight and back, and then float the 6s to the front. Always play your highest pair, highest kicker up front whenever possible. Like if you have 3 pairs, you want to float the highest pair to the front and float your highest kicker to the front as well. Here, really the kicker doesn't matter. I could play 2 6s with a 5 kicker. It really doesn't make a difference. 5 kicker versus a 2 kicker. So we're gonna play this way. Done. The 6s are dominant in front. The 2 pair wins 2 hands. And the straight beats 2 hands as well. I'm looking pretty good with this hand now. So +8 in the end, that means I scooped and I won 2 hands. Pretty good outcome for that hand. So now I'm up to almost $3.4 billion. Been having a pretty good run. Hopefully you can pick up on this game and how easy it is. What's great about this game is that you can play it with as little as 2 and as high as 5 people. Right now, this is a 4-handed game. Each player gets 13 cards. The way you play 5-handed is to just have one person sit out and deal, and that deal rotates. What's great about Chinese poker is that you can play this in your regular poker game as people are arriving or as the game breaks up. So when you only have 4 people, you might not want to play poker anymore. Regular poker, you would want to switch to Chinese and extend the night for what can be hours. So here we have a flush of spades. After that, We have sixes and eights with the ace queen. I think that's how we're going to play. So we also had a pair of queens, but since we only have to break up one pair to make this flush, we're going to play flush, two pair, and ace queen high. We could break up the pairs, but ace queen is strong enough, and improving from ace queen to sixes is not a huge delta, but improving pair of eights to two pair, that delta is quite huge in the middle. So we're going to play this way, go done. Ace queen 3 gets notched by player 2. Seat 3, we beat them. The two pair actually gets dominated in the middle, and our flush only beats two people, but we get scooped by seat 2. So we got scooped by seat 2, and seat 1 and 3, those canceled each other out. So now we're still at 3.3 and change billion. Looks like we have spades. It looks like we have trip aces. We're probably going to play the aces. Aces full of fours, pair of eights, and king, queen. The only other option would be to play the flush, and then we have two pair. I'm just going to go with the sure thing, which is aces full, and just hope for the best with the rest of the hand. Aces full should dominate in back, and maybe we get lucky with one or two hands up front. Let's see what happens. King, queen gets dominated. Pair of eights wins one hand, and then aces full does dominate in back. So we're going to lose two hands and win one. That should be -1 at the end. And that's about as good as we could expect from that hand. It started out great with the three aces, but didn't have a lot of other good cards to go with that. So this is just the basic introduction to Chinese poker, just how to play, how to score. This game is really fast, and I have it at the slowest speed. So you do have to kind of watch how the scoring is going. You have to anticipate how your hand's going to do and try to predict what the points are going to be, because it deals really fast. So you have to just anticipate whether you're going to lose or win a hand. We have two flushes here. I think we have to play it, even though it leaves us with garbage up front. We almost had a straight flush, but here we are planning to dominate in the middle, maybe win one or two hands in the back. We are pretty much surrendering the front hand. So let's see what happens. Do we dominate in the middle? Yeah. Oh no, we get beaten by a full house by seat 2. And our flush only beats one hand, but we do get dominated up front. So here we got scooped by seat 2. Let's deal maybe one or two more hands. This seems to be a good hand. We have two sets of trips. We have two pairs. We could play two full houses. We also have a flush in clubs that breaks up both trips. I don't think we're going to play that. And this hand, we could probably go either way, but I'm going to play the full house. Even though you could probably play the kings up front, if you play the full house in the middle, you do get one extra bonus point when you win. That's a special hand. You get 1 point for a full house in the middle. You get 2 points. You get 2 extra points for having trips up front. You get 3 extra points for having a 4 of a kind in the back. And you get 4 extra points for having a straight flush in back. In this app, you also get 10 extra points for having a royal flush. And then there are several really rare hands like straight flush in the middle, 4 of a kind in the middle. It says 8 points, but that actually also includes the win. You get a point for winning, and then you get, in this case, 7 extra points for 4 of a kind in the middle. And in this app, there are no ties, and ties are broken by the highest card's suit. Here are the special hands. Grand Dragon, I believe that's a 13 card straight flush. A Dragon straight is a 13 card ace to king. 12 or 13 of one color, you get 8 points. 5 pairs plus 3 of a kind, you get 4 points from every other player. If you have 3 straights, so that's a 3 card straight and 2 5 card straights, you get 4 points. 3 flushes, you get 3 points. 6 pairs, you get 3 points. And no picture cards, which happens very often, you also get 3 points. This is set automatically and you can't opt out of it. So even if you have quads, even if you have a straight flush in your hand, you only get these points. So that's the way this app is designed. This is not the case if you're to play with your friends or if you played in a casino. And they do have Chinese poker available in various casinos. I've seen it at the Bicycle Casino. I've heard it was available at Hawaiian Gardens. These are both Southern California based casinos. We're gonna play this hand this way now that we know about bonuses. Let's see how we would have done. But I think we're gonna scoop in the middle and probably we scoop in the back. We dominate in the middle, we dominate in the back, and we actually beat 2 hands up front. So we're gonna scoop players 1 and 2, and we're gonna just win player 3. So that's a total of 13 plus 3 points, should be 16 points. I take that back. It looks like it's 18 points. I must have miscalculated somewhere. But obviously that was a good hand. We are up to $3.4 billion. This hand, we have a straight. We have 9 to ace as a straight. We also have pair of 6s and 8s. The straight breaks up the pair of 10s. But I think we are going to play at least one of those straights. We're probably going to play the straight to king and keep that kicker. Since the straight only breaks up 1 pair, we definitely have to play it. One strategy for this game is to try to end up with the fewest number of kickers. If we were to break up and try to play like 3 pairs somehow, we would have a lot of leftover unused cards. But we are going to go with the 9-10, Jack, King, Queen. And let's go with the 2 pair and ace high. Ace high beats 2 hands, that's great. The 2 pair beats the pair of 5s. We actually would have 1 more hands if we split up those 2 pairs. But the straight gets dominated by seat 3. We beat seat 2. We end up down 1 point. I'm just going to talk about a little bit of strategy since this is an introduction to this game. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you play it with your friends. It is the greatest game. Out of all forms of gambling, I have played Chinese poker probably more than all other forms combined. So here we have 6s, kings, and aces. We also have a straight to ace. We don't have any flushes, but I think we have to go trips, pair, pair. Our options are full house, pair, high card, or trips, pair, pair. I don't think we break up 2 pair to make that straight to ace. So we are going to go, I think we're going to go with trips, pair, pair. We want to prevent that scoop. We're going to float our highest possible pair to the front. That is the pair of kings. Our kings prevent us from getting scooped on seats 1, and we actually beat seat 3, but we have to give up an extra 4 points to seat 1 for that straight flush. So not a great result. One thing about the bonus hands is that you can't defend against them unless you have a higher hand. There's really no defense against most of those bonus hands. Let's play one more hand. So here we have spade flush. We have 3 pairs and trips. The spade flush breaks up a lot of it. It breaks up the trips and 2 pairs. So we're probably not going to play the flush. We are going to go with the full house. And whenever you play a full house, you always want to play your lowest pair with it because the pair is irrelevant. There's no way someone's going to beat you with the same, in this case, full house of 4s with a higher pair. Because there are not 6 4s in a deck, you don't have to worry about breaking a tie with whatever pair you have. Here, we're going to go with kings and 3s and go with the ace-queen pairless hand because improving from ace-queen to pair of 3s, really, you only have pair of 2s in the middle. The reason you would change from ace-queen to pair of 3s is if you were worried about a pair of 2s. So that's the only real scenario that you have to be worried about. Maybe they have ace king as well, but there's such a small delta between those two hands that it's much better to play two pairs, and that's what we're doing here. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me, especially when I have two kings. Very unlikely for them to have ace king. I have two twos, so very unlikely for them to have pair of twos as well. So this is the much better play, playing two pairs in the middle. And we see it didn't make a difference up front. In this case, it didn't make a difference either way. We didn't get scooped, and that was our goal. So now I'm at $3.38 billion. That is a win of, I believe, $140 million. It's not a lot in terms of the $5 million per point. 140 million is only 28 points, so that's not a big fluctuation. In this game, a big win would be something like 80 points in one hand. That's when you have bonuses and a home run. But this is a super fun game. I hope you enjoyed it. You can use this app. I think it's the best app out there, but I haven't seen a lot of good Chinese poker apps, pure Chinese poker. They have some good multiplayer open face Chinese poker, and we can talk about that in another video. There's another Chinese poker app called Pineapple that I love and I play a lot as well. But as far as straight Chinese poker against bots, this one's pretty good. I don't like their AI. It's not very good, which is why I'm up $3.3 billion. But it gets the job done, and I'm actually new to this type of scoring, so it's helping me learn as well. But anyway, do you play Chinese poker? What apps do you use? What formats of Chinese poker do you play? There are tons. There's deuce to seven low ball in the middle. I love open face Chinese poker, but anyway, let me know in the comments what forms of Chinese poker that you play. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe. Always gamble responsibly, and peace out, donkeys.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.